guys, welcome back to my channel. Are you kidding me? My battery's about to die in my camera. Literally every time I'm getting ready to film, this battery wants to die. Okay, I'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am finally filming the follow-up video to my Neverfull MM cracking saga. If you watched my last video, then you saw that my Neverfull MM in the Damier Ebene print with rose ballerine interior was cracking all to hell. Both straps, like both sides of each strap from end to end, just cracks all over the place. And it seemed to happen almost overnight. I'd just done a 6-month wear and tear video on it a few months prior. It was perfect. Like, the bag had no wear and tear on it whatsoever. And then at the 10-month marker, I happened to look over at it one day. I was sitting in my car and I noticed something on the strap, and I picked up the straps and started looking, and I was completely floored. They were just cracked all over the place. So I don't know what happened, but contacted my sales associate. She told me to drive to Louis Vuitton, so that's what I did. I went in, and they were gracious enough to let me exchange my bag or get a store credit. So I want to say, if you get a store credit at Louis Vuitton, they do not put that credit in the system on your account. So they can't look in the computer and see that you have a credit for $1,400 plus. You have to keep track of a little piece of paper that has literally your $1,400 on it, because if you lose it, then that's basically like you just threw $1,400 out the window. So the thought of that made me very nervous. So I knew I needed to choose a bag. I already had a bag in mind that I wanted. I knew I wanted a Damier Ebene print because I don't have one of those, and I knew I wanted a rose ballerine interior. That was the one thing I was not willing to let skate by. I wanted rose ballerine interior. I love that interior. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's the perfect pink. I mean, it's literally ballerina pink. It's so beautiful, and I knew I wanted my bag to have that. So the location I like to shop at the Domain in Austin, they didn't have any Damier Ebene pieces with rose ballerine inside. They only had the beige interior or like the off-white. I was thinking about getting another graceful, but in the Damier Ebene print. I have it in monogram and I love it. But like I said, I wanted the pink interior and they didn't have it. And so the other bag I was considering was getting another Neverfull MM, because I love the Neverfulls. I mean, I love totes. They're such easy bags to use. So they also didn't have what I wanted in that. So I ended up getting another bag. I picked up the Pochette Felicie in the black empreinte leather. But when I got home with it, I knew before I got home I had made the wrong choice, and it was getting late. They were about to close, and I felt really rushed and kind of pressured to choose something, not by them, but because of me. Because like I said, I didn't want to get a store credit on this receipt that I was going to have to keep track of, and I was afraid I would lose it. So I just picked a bag, and I ended up making a poor choice. When I got home, I didn't even want to take it out of the box. There was no excitement whatsoever about it. I watched some videos on YouTube hoping that it would spark my interest in it and make me happy that I got that bag, but I just wasn't happy. It was way too small. You can't really fit anything in it, and I don't know why I chose that bag in the first place. I should have went with something different, but I didn't. So knowing that my location that I like to shop at didn't have the bag I wanted, either of them, I decided when the weekend came, I was going to drive to the Louis Vuitton store at the Houston Galleria Mall. So that's what I did. And when I got there, I was helped by an amazing sales associate. I was really floored because I've never had that great of service at the Louis Vuitton at the Galleria. As a matter of fact, I usually try to avoid that particular store at all costs. But I knew what I wanted, and I was ready to just go in there, and I didn't care if I had to have an attitude or what. I was going to get what I wanted and then just leave. But I had an amazing experience. My sales associate was Joshua Ong. He's phenomenal. If you go onto Google reviews, any positive review you see, almost every single one of them mentions his name. He's great. So anyway, they did have the bag that I wanted at that location, and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you right now. So excited. It's so pretty. Yay! So I went with the Damier Ebene Neverfull MM with the rose ballerine interior. I mean, how beautiful is that interior? That is just, the pink is amazing. Like, it's just, it's so gorgeous. I can't stop like looking at the inside of this bag. So I'm sorry that I didn't like unbox it and do all that stuff, but you guys have seen what the Louis Vuitton boxes look like. I'm sure you don't care that it has a magnetic flap. I'm sure you don't care to see the receipt. That's all boring crap. Nobody cares about that. So I haven't used it. I promise I have not used it. You can see it's empty. It's absolutely pristine. I promised I was not going to use it until I filmed this video for you guys, letting you know what the outcome was first. And I stayed true to that promise. And let me tell you, it was really hard because I really wanted to use it. But yes, she is absolutely stunning. Love this print so much. Look how pretty it's just beautiful. And I hope I can get it to show up. I don't know if I'll be able to. But this particular bag, let me move this. I have stuff in the way. I'm so sorry, guys. I need to get my shit together. This particular bag is made in France. Okay, let me focus. Is that focused? No. Sorry. Okay, can you believe that this bag was made in France? I mean, finding a Neverfull that's made in France is like finding a needle in a haystack. Like, seriously. They're so rare to find the made in France pieces. And what was so funny was he took like 6 or 7 of these bags out for me to look at because he knew, I told him right off the bat, I said, I'm very picky. I will look at the littlest, teeniest, tiniest detail and be like, nope, I don't want that one. And he was just so great. He's like the female version of my June at the Austin Domain location. Like, he's just amazing. Okay, I still feel blurry, like I'm out of focus. Okay, so he was just very patient, and he was like, oh no, he's like, I'm the same way. So, you know, he didn't make me feel guilty about wanting to see several bags. So he brought all 6 or 7 of them out that they had, and it was so surprising because when I looked at the bag, when I found the bag I wanted, which was this one, I said, I think I found the one I want. And then I looked inside and I said, oh my gosh, I said, it's made in France. And I guess he didn't hear me correctly because he said, yeah, he's like, no, they're all made in the USA now. None are made in France. And I said, no, it's made in France. And he said, oh, really? And he looked in it and I said, yeah, it's made in France. So, yeah. So anyway, I looked at the pochette as well because, you know, these bags do come with the pochette. And the pochette has the beautiful pink lining on it as well on the zipper. And the, of course, the pochette's also going to be made in France. But I have a habit of looking at the date codes to make sure that the date codes match. And, sorry, my hair. And when I looked, the date code on the pochette doesn't match the date code on the tote. Now, for some people that doesn't really bother them, but I'm very OCD, and I've actually taken a bag back for that before. Like, as soon as I got home and saw that the date codes didn't match, because I thought they have to match. That's the one that goes with the bag. I took it back and I got one that matched. Now my other Neverfulls were always made in the USA. So with the made in the USA bags, it's more likely that you are going to get one that where the pochette matches the tote. However, this was a made in France piece, and so I asked him if I could see the others because I thought, well, maybe the pochette got put in another one of the totes. So I looked at all of them, and lo and behold, every single one of them was a made in France bag. So anybody who went and got a Damier Azur that week or those few days, however long they lasted, did get a made in France tote, which is like a unicorn bag now because, like I said, you just can't find them anymore. The canvas pieces are very rarely made in anywhere other than the USA anymore. But my point was that every single one of the totes did not have matching pochettes. So the pochettes have an MS code, which is, I don't know what city that is in France, but that's where they're made. And then all of the actual totes have AR codes. So what Josh told me was that the pochettes are produced in one location in France and the totes are produced in another, and what they do is they then just send the pochettes over to where the totes are and they pair them together. So once he told me that, and once I saw that every single one of the other bags were the same situation, all the pochettes had an MS code, all the totes had an AR code, then I didn't feel, bad about it. I mean, they're both made in France, so that's really all I cared about. So I'm super excited that I got this. I just wanted to show you guys that the sides match up perfect on both sides. They go down to a perfect point, both sides. I mean, the bag is so pristine. I absolutely love her. I don't have a lot to say because it's, it's a Neverfull tote. There's about 8 billion videos of these on YouTube. So what I'll do is I'm going to start using her right away, probably tomorrow, and I will do a what's in my bag video on it, and then I'll also do maybe a 1 month or a 3 month wear and tear video, just so you can see how it's holding up. I know a lot of people are very curious about Damier Azur and how it wears. A lot of people are very afraid of the Damier Azur print just because you have to be so careful with it. I'm not going to say I'm not worried. I am, but I know that I really wanted this bag and I'm not willing to not get it just because I'm worried it might get something on it. So, if it gets something on it, then I'll try to clean it off, but I'll just be very careful with it, not wear it with things that are going to transfer color and stuff like that. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so glad that you stopped by to watch my update. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Please also click the notification bell down below so you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Please feel free to comment down below. I always reply back to all of my viewers' comments. It might take me a little bit of time to get to you because your comment might get buried underneath some others, but I will definitely answer you. If you have questions, please feel free to ask them. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. I'll talk to you later. Bye.